if you're growing fig trees and you want to keep them healthy, then this is the right video for you. I'm going to go through the steps you need to take to ensure your figs are pest-free and as healthy as possible for your area, climate, and weather conditions. Figs generally are not as sensitive as many other plants and trees because figs contain a natural latex that acts to protect it from many pests. In fact, this latex can be an irritant for even humans, so always wash your hands thoroughly if you get any of this on you. And make sure you avoid touching your eyes. This latex can also be seen if you pick your figs too early. To get the full flavor of a fig, never pick it too early. Check out my video on how to tell if your fig is ripe for picking. Okay, so pests. My deadliest pests have been ants and scale. These guys have an agreement and work together hand in hand. If you see ants anywhere near your fig trees, get rid of them ASAP. Get ant traps and use spray. Do whatever you can to get rid of them. Ants will bring something called scale to your fig tree. They will carry the scale up to the leaves of your fig tree and plant the scale. Then the scale will attach itself to your leaves and tender branches and basically suck the life right out of your tree. The reason for this is that these scale, during the process of sucking the life right out of your tree, will produce a sweet liquid called honeydew that the ants love to consume. The ants will later on come back and consume that honeydew that's been created by the scale. And while the scale is on your tree and sucking the life out of it, they are quickly reproducing more scale, and your tree will not have a hope of surviving if you don't do something about it right away. What you can do is actually squash them with your finger. I know it's kind of gross, and you're probably not gonna get all of them that way. If you keep at it every day, you might achieve success. If your plant is actually small enough, you could tie a bag around the pot to hold the soil in place and dunk it upside down in a bucket of water. This will drown the scale and suffocate them. But the easiest, most effective way that I recommend is to treat your plant with neem oil. Neem oil is a natural oil that comes from the neem tree in India and is not toxic or harmful in any way. However, by coating your tree with it, you are basically smothering the scale. You're suffocating them because they're being covered by the oil and will not be able to breathe. Neem oil is very effective in treating many infestations on your tree. The beauty of it is it will not harm beneficial insects like bees or ladybugs because it's not toxic. If you find you're not being able to control the ants, what some people will do is put some petroleum jelly around the trunk of the tree, and when the ants try to crawl up, they'll get stuck in the jelly. Some people use a product called tanglefoot, which is a sticky substance that you put either around the pot or around the base of your plant to cause the ants to stick and not be able to go all the way up. If you use any of these methods, you have to make sure that the ants don't have another way of getting on your branches. For example, if your tree is against a fence or a wall, the ants will avoid your trunk completely and use the fence or the wall to crawl up the branches and put the scale on your tree. Another problem that happens with fig trees, and I suffered with this for a while and couldn't figure it out, if you look carefully at some of your trees, you may see a white crystal or salt-like substance. And this is actually more common with the Mount Etna types which are the darker figs like Chicago Hardy, MBVS, and many others, but will happen to other figs as well. When my trees had this, I couldn't figure it out, why they weren't producing very well, and my figs were coming out smaller than they were supposed to be. And then I found out that this is also a type of pest that is microscopic and you can't even see it on the tree, harming it. And the solution to that was exactly the same as the previous solution I mentioned, neem oil. After 2 treatments of neem oil, about 2 weeks apart, the whole health of the tree completely changed. It started producing more figs, larger figs, and better tasting figs, and the tree was so much more productive. Some people simply treat their trees with neem oil regularly, whether they see a problem or not. It acts as a preventative measure. Some people like to treat many of these problems with what's called beneficial insects, such as ladybugs. Many agricultural stores and garden centers will have ladybugs for sale, where you can go and buy them and release them in your garden. Ladybugs are a beneficial insect and will eat the pests that are harming your tree. While many people swear by this method and say it works great, personally, I'm not a fan of releasing any type of insect on my tree. So, unless other treatments aren't working, I'll stick to the neem oil. Another pest to worry about, and thank God I've never experienced this, are wood-boring insects, like the ambrosia beetle. This boring insect has caused much damage for many fig growers and is usually attracted to dead or dying wood. So if you have any dead branches or limbs on your tree, get rid of them. It's been suggested that even bamboo sticks attract them. The last thing you want to do is attract this insect to your tree. The first sign of borers is delayed onset of growth in the first spring due to a borer getting in. The borer itself doesn't kill the plant. It's actually the virus and the fungus that they emit in their saliva that infects the plant through the tubular system. There's no way to kill them directly because their holes can be small and poison can't get to them. They bore in late summer or early fall and winter. In the plant, they bore holes under the bark and replicate and come out in the spring from under the bark when it warms up. This is why you see so many of these small sawdust tree plugs. The holes are very small. The treatment, unfortunately, is immediately cutting and removing all the affected wood to prevent the spread of the virus and the fungus. A chemical that deters them is called cypermethrin. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This chemical is not very organic, so if you want to keep chemicals off your tree, you could try to spray on the sides of the pots, sort of creating a perimeter to deter the borers. It's said to last for about a month, so done twice is perfect for the spring, then twice again in the fall. Then you have pests that attack your fruit like birds, and one I've had to deal with usually in the fall, which are yellow jacket wasps. These guys go crazy in the spring, and they can smell the sugar from the figs. And they've ripped apart my figs so bad, I thought a big animal took a bite out of my fig. The way to deal with these is with an organza bag. When you see your fig starting to ripen, just cover it with an organza bag until it's ready to be picked by you. I will leave Amazon links to most of the products I mentioned in the description below. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. And stay tuned for the next video where I'll be talking more about diseases, FMV, and fig rust. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave me any comments if you have any questions.